Hey there, everyone. My name is Samuel Johnson, and this is a Blue Lantern ring. I just thought I'd mention that to break the ice. Now, if you have no idea who I am, that's a fair reaction. I'm not very well known. But if you are interested, I am a very low grade YouTuber who, for the last few years, has specialized in doing a series of vlogs wherein I talk about various shows and franchises that I grew up with as a kid. And how I performed these vlogs that every Friday I would sit down, watch an episode or entry into the show or franchise of discussion, and then once I was finished with it, I would sit down in my chair and then do a vlog on it. And how the vlogs typically worked is that I would talk about the plot for the episode or entry into the show or franchise, talk about what I think worked about it and what I think didn't, and then finally just some of my thoughts and let you know if I thought it was good and recommend it, or would say give it a pass. And as you can probably tell by this setup here, they weren't very good. I mean, or at least not very professional. It's up to you whether they're good or not, because I have no scripts, almost zero prep time, and my only recording equipment is my tablet and my phone. So I really have this is not a professional setup. It's just something I do for fun. And while I admit it may not be the greatest thing, it's still something I enjoy doing, and I've always looked forward to doing it. And so, if you're wondering, if you want to know what I've talked about over the last few years, it's been a variety of stuff. Like, it started with me talking about like the classic Ben 10 series before I moved on to its sequel, Ben 10 Alien Force. After that, I kind of wanted to change it up a bit, and so I decided to instead look at a different cartoon once Alien Force was over. In that case, Danny Phantom. Then I decided I would look at something a little different than I normally would, and I opted to move on to the MCU films, which those vlogs are still technically ongoing as those films still keep coming out, and that vlog series even got spin-offs as I did a sub-vlog series for it that talked about the Disney Plus show What If, and another sub-vlog series that talked about the Sony universe of Marvel characters movies, like Venom and Morbius and so forth. And so once I technically reached the end of those, I did another vlog series for Kolyoko, which wound up spanning 2 years because that show was at least 95 episodes plus two prequel specials. And then after that, I went back to Ben 10 as I looked at the series various televised crossovers, of which there were four of them, before I decided to go back to something Marvel related and looked at a short-lived animated Spider-Man series that had aired on MTV in 2003. So, as such, for my next vlog, I wanted to go back to Cartoon Network and look at a show that I didn't actually grow up with, but I thought was interesting enough that I thought it would warrant doing a vlog on. And if you are wondering what that show is, well, then you clearly haven't seen the title of the video because, well, it's Steven Universe. Now, when Steven Universe first came on the air, I was genuinely not interested, because when it first came on the air, it was at a period of time that I genuinely didn't care what was going on at Cartoon Network. At that point, a lot of the shows they were doing seemed to be just like random and silly and zany, and they didn't really seem to grab me very much. And of the shows that did work, like Adventure Time, Regular Show, or The Amazing World of Gumball, it felt like those shows were kind of more the exception rather than the rule. And so when I heard about Steven Universe at all, I just kind of brushed it off and thought, whatever. But a lot of other people were enjoying it, and as the series gained traction, it wound up getting the attention of two internet personalities who I was fans of at the time. In this case, Doug and Rob Walker, who had been at the time doing vlogs on these various cartoons, and they decided they wanted to talk about Steven Universe. And so I wound up watching their vlogs, and I thought to myself, this show doesn't actually sound that bad. It actually sounds interesting. I want to check it out. And as such, one day I went online, found the episodes of the show, and I was hooked ever since. I just binged them online, and every episode I thought was just super interesting and drew me in more to the story, to the characters, their struggles, and as well as seeing the lighthearted comedy and the action and the fun. And just, it was all very interesting, and the way the series kept going, it just kept showing the evolution of the show, of these characters and what they were doing, of the situation, the scenario. It really was very investing and made me want to see just where they were going with it. To the point where when I finally caught up, I was just as excited to see new episodes as everybody else. And so as new episodes kept coming out, I happily watched them. I raged with everyone else whenever we reached a new hiatus and we had to wait for more episodes. I was hooked, and needless to say, when the show finally was done, I thought to myself, that was a fun ride. I'm glad I was on. I'm glad I was on it, and I want this show. And so, well, which to be fair, that last one I wanted to do even when the show was on the air. And so, while I had bought some of the DVDs of the show, I really hadn't done. Like, I really yearned to have a complete collection because I like having a lot of that stuff on standby in case I want to ever watch it on my own free time. And so, while those little DVDs with a few episodes out here and there that had the few episodes on them were nice, I kind of wanted a bigger collection. And sure enough, once the show's off the air, this little baby was for sale. Now, I openly admit it was expensive, and I did kind of have to wait till I had some more money stockpiled away. But when I bought it, I was happy. And not only that, but when I bought this, Amazon at the time said they're out of stock, so I thought I'd have to like wait a few weeks before it arrived. But no, it arrived early. Apparently, they had some there on standby because I was getting shipping updates, and sure enough, when they said the package was delivered, there it was on my doorstep. And so I watched it again. I enjoyed it, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna do a vlog on this one day, and that day is the day. So, as such, for the next 2 years, because I counted, I am going to be doing vlogs talking about Steven Universe. Not just the original show, but its movie and the epilogue series, Steven Universe Future. Now, if you wanted me to also look at the show's pilot or any of the internet shorts, I'm going to just tell you right now, I don't plan to look at any of those. That doesn't mean that they're bad. I can even attest that the internet shorts are really good, but I just want to stick to the original show. Plus, I have not seen the pilot yet. It's in this collection. It's on the bonus disc. I just haven't sat down and watched it. Especially since I look at the animation, it really kind of reeks of early installment weirdness. So maybe one day I have it here, but today I'm just focusing on the original show. I'm just focusing on the show. So, however, for the vlogs, I'm going to be doing things a little differently. Now, with previous vlog series, I typically looked at, like I said, one episode or entry per video. But for Steven Universe, I'm going to be looking at 2 episodes per video. Which I think I can get away with because the majority of Steven Universe's episodes are like 11 minutes long. And so with that in mind, I feel like I can at least cram 2 episodes into one video. And for the few episodes that exceed the 11-minute marker, I think I can still get away with it with them as well. So if that doesn't appeal to you, I apologize, but that's just what I want to do. There is going to be like one exception to this rule because in this case, Steven Universe the movie, that one will get its own video, but every other episode, it's 2 episodes per video. So apologies if you don't like that, but that's just how I want to do it. But if you are interested in these vlogs at all, then I implore you to come back to Beach City with me as we once again must believe in Steven with, well, the Steven Universe Retrospectives. I hope you enjoyed them, and tune in later tonight as we look at the first 2 episodes of the series and see how they fare after the show's been off the air for a while. So, from me to you, I hope you enjoy these vlogs, and I hope you enjoy the ride.